It has been a cool 15 minutes since the trucks have cut the engines off and we're ready to go back to racing, knockout Q racing style. On the poles, Al Legacy, there's James Kinghart, Scott Roush, Robert Hernandez, there's Jack James, Alex Wheeler, Seth Taylor, Derek Hamill, Taylor Brian Price, Derek Hamill, Quentin Moore, Isaiah Monaco, Joshua Saculli. There's the rest of your field. Back there starting last is Robbie Jackson in the Aaron's Ford Fusion. These guys know what they got to do. And this is basically the final race for some of these guys. Or one of the final races for some of these guys to get it. This is the penultimate round of knockout qualifying. The penultimate round of the season. Green flag in the air at Talladega for knockout qualifying. It's going to take a lap for these cars to get up the full song. When they get up there, though, this is where this race is going to get amazing. We've seen the trucks. They were 4 wide. Getting humongous runs. They have to take them. They can't let out the throttle, especially knockout qualifying. Trucks were a little different. They could let out. Knockout qualifying, you want to go. Wheeler in the wall. You've seen him scraping it. That's how bad Alex Wheeler wants to this thing. He's got some damage now on the door. This 37, you can no, he doesn't. We're gonna take that back. But his teammate Taylor Brian Price, though, going to the point. Quentin Moore on the very inside, 3 wide. Here comes Matt Haas to the inside, 4 wide for the lead. Contact almost between Moore and Brian Price. Phil Parker getting a shove. James Kinghart pushing his teammate on the top of the racetrack. Matt Haas to the lead. Phil Parker right there as well. Contact! Car upside down! Jack James! James Kinghart is also flipping. Humongous crash here in knockout qualifying. Robert Hernandez is up and over. Look at all the damage on the 23. Taylor Brian Price is in it. Scott Roush of Roush Racing involved. You can see the nose caved in. Samet Oskin, the winner of the truck race, is in it. Gatlin Downey in it. James Kinghart in his last race for Ford Performance is not going to make it here at Talladega. What was only a 1-race deal at Daytona turned to a 2-race deal, and now James Kinghart not going to be back in this car. Next week it's going to be back to Jack Legacy for the finale. But tough break for James Kinghart in the 38. Tough break for everybody that was involved in that. We had cars upside down. Jack James went flipping. We're going to see what happened. Jack James. We're going to try to see what happened. Somebody either got loose or something. Taylor Brian Price comes down and they make contact. And it just throws that. Oh, Al Legacy's in it. So Al's not going to make Talladega. In a race where he really needed to make it. He was only 30 points out of making the top 30. And having himself locked in the points for next season. Or locked in to the top 30. You can see Jack James, that car's rolling, and Taylor Brian Price had a bunch of damage. Somebody else went flipping, if I can remember. Robert Hernandez gets hit, by Lily Murphy, and he just cocks that car right off the ground. Couple cars have retired. Gatlin Downey, Samet Oskin, Robert Hernandez. They're trying to work on that car. Scott Roush has retired. Jack James has retired. Seth Taylor has also retired from the event. Lily Murphy, they tried to fix that machine. There's Al Legacy, and I think Al's just hoping for a big crash. in front of him. You can see the whole nose on that 34 car is tucking off. They took the hood off, and basically the only reason they took the hood off was they tried to get in there and knock the front end back out. Couldn't do it against the radiator, and since they already cut the tethers on the hood, couldn't put it back on. So he's gonna have to be out here with the hood off. You can see some crumpled noses. Look at the 5. Look down at the splitter. It's bent. You can see actually a gap in the hood. I don't see anybody else. Tether Brian Pricey, you can see on the side of that car. It's got a ton of damage. '23's got some nose damage. I think the rest of the field actually pretty good. So we're gonna get you back to the green flag, everybody. 19 cars on the racetrack. 10 are gonna make it into the show. Matt Haas gonna lead us down to the green flag. Matt Haas getting a good start, so it's actually going to take a full lap to get up to full song, so there's only going to be like 2, maybe 3 laps left. Right now, look at Matt Haas. He's got to block every lane if he wants to win this. That's the thing. You don't gotta win these last chance qualifiers. You're gonna be in 10th right now. Robbie Jackson currently sitting 10th. Derek Hamill is falling out since he had a lot of nose damage on that number 23 Ford. You can see the 17 going to the lead. 3 laps to go. Well, it's Luke Ryan right now battling for the lead. The Fords don't have damage. It's a glitch. Let's see if we can fix it. Yeah, we fixed it. Right there, the 54 Isaiah Monaco. So right here is basically the top 10. Alex Wheeler sitting 10th. The rest of these cars are not going to make it. They're all torn up. I think there's really only 10 cars that doesn't have damage. Maybe 11 or 12 that don't have a lot of damage, but they don't have... They started behind cars that had damage, which really affected them. Robbie Jackson starting to march a little bit to the front. Ooh, almost a contact between Phil Parker and Quentin Moore. Moore going to the inside with 2 laps of racing. Here, knockout qualifying to go. A big wreck, though. Oh, that's what I'm saying. A crash like this could change everything. 4 cars are involved. Racing back to the line. Robbie Jackson's going to push Quentin Moore. It's a battle of 4 Fords. Right here, there's only 10 cars in the pack. These 10 are going to make it in to the Talladega 500. As they take the white and the yellow flag, the race is officially over, technically. Because that's all they needed was to get the top 10 sorted. Unless one of these guys blow up. Isaiah Monaco, Alex Wheeler, Connor Hurley, Matt Haas, who was going to make it, sitting P15, won't make it. First car to miss, Derek Hamill. There's your top 10. We're going to make sure no one blows up or anything. We're going to look at the crash, though, that brought out the late caution. Somebody got a little squirrely down the back straightaway. There weren't even 3-4 wide racing. Something had to break on a car. Man, this is up near the front. Phil Parker. This is right behind him. Quentin Moore makes it 3 wide. He'd ran 3 wide all race long. Coming to 2 to go. We should have probably went to 2 to go. And oh, somebody wiggles. You can see somebody gets a little squirrely. Oh, I think the 26 give the 18 a bad bump, shoots him down the racetrack when he bumped him. And 18 gets down, and the 37 had nowhere to go, and that's going to collect Connor Hurley and Isaiah Monaco. And those 4 that were basically locked in are now locked out and are going to the house. Somebody going down pit road. It's Alex Wheeler. You can see something is broken on the 37 Louisiana hot sauce. But Quentin Moore is going to win the knockout Q race here at Talladega. And that's your top 10. Tim Randolph locks himself into the show this week. Robbie Jackson as well. So there's your top 10, everybody. The rest of the guys, you know what's happening. You're going to miss the show and be going to the house and getting that car ready for Michigan, the finale of the Sportsman season. We will see you guys in just a little bit. The Sportsman's going to run a couple practice sessions, and then they're going to go to race at about dusk till we meet again, everyone.